you can see things properly, clearly, like that. The same way, having a spiritual master is a facility by which we can actually be very nicely be engaged in devotional service. And that way, we are helped by the spiritual master to be able to awaken our love for Krishna, and have the shelter of the Lord, like that. So spiritual master is a transparent by media, by whom we can actually learn the science of devotional service, and we actually be able to attain the Lord through him, like that. So, so this association is very important, and then we can see when you take that association very seriously, sincerely, then that effect of the association remains with you. It will remain. With that fond remembrance will be just like you see our Srila Prabhupada also, when he got that powerful association of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Where? Which place? Yeah, I remember. So there, when he got an association, so he was before in this nationalism and all, right? He was with Subhash Chandra Bose and all that. And then when he had a conversation with his spiritual master, so Srila Prabhupada, was completely, amazed the way Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur defeated his argument of first we should get independence and then we will talk about Krishna consciousness. He was completely, spellbound or amazed, defeated by that, his spiritual master's, very sound, presentation of how Krishna consciousness is the urgency. He very powerfully established that. And Prabhupada was so gladdened by that. He was saying, I was so happy and excited to be defeated by my spiritual master. And then when Prabhupada was coming, it is explained in Lilamrita that he was remembering fondly, how what is the great personality of Krishna Thakur. And when he was saying that, Lord Chaitanya's mission is in safe hands, like that. So you can see how Srila Prabhupada was fondly remembering that whole incident. And later also, years after, also Srila Prabhupada will repeat that. He will tell with such great delight that I was so happy to be defeated by my spiritual master, like that. So you can see that if we have taken that quality association, that association remains with us. It will be like a fuel for us. It will just go on. It will give us so much of strength, so much of inspiration, so much of enthusiasm in the devotional service, like that. So the slackness in devotional engagements, or not having enthusiasm, or we become bored or something this kind of thing, hackneyed, mechanical, ritualistic. These are all not problems because of not having proper association. The association is lacking. The degree that quality association is not there. Association is there, but we don't take. We may not take that association. So then we can see all these defects in our devotional program, like that. And then so many other things come up. So like Prabhupada is saying that that 2 hours you have to chant, but you cannot chant 2 hours because you are talking whole day nonsense. In one of the lecture you were saying that, because whole day you are talking nonsense, so that's why you cannot chant, 2 hours, like that. So why are you talking so much nonsense? Because there are not much devotional engagements. And why devotional engagements are not there? Because there is no proper association. So you can see, all our devotional activity can be enthused. The quality will automatically enhance when we are actually having a proper association. So proper association will take care of all that. So, and we have so much of association. So much is there. Sometimes I read, and then I think, wow, God is so clear, so nice, so wonderful, And then I think, why others are doing like this kind of things? Why they're, basically that? I just think sometimes. And I think, but I am now thinking that so much because I just read it. And I think it is available to everyone, But then I would think that maybe not everybody will not be reading that. Not in a critical way, but I was thinking that just like when I was not reading, then I was also not so brisk. When I read it, the consciousness becomes so brisk, and you feel so clear. Such great clarity comes like that. So when you read Prabhupada, you feel that. You feel, I could have this consciousness always, or I could be like this always. Why I am many times covered so much? So you can feel that, when you read sometimes, when you actually properly read, Srila Prabhupada's or hear the lectures, you'll be amazed. You get such deep clarity. So the point is that the association is there a lot. So much association is there. You see, Professor Maharaj has done so much of memories of Prabhupada. Every day also, if you keep reading 2 3 hours, I don't know how much time it will take for us to complete all of them. So much is there to read there. Maharaj, so much of memories. So there is no end of it. So, but and every pastime is so interesting, so amazing. You can get such clear, nice understanding of devotional service. Science of the intricacies of science of devotional service becomes very nicely clear by reading these pastimes. so, so you can see that so much is there. So much of lectures are there. Lot of lectures. I have got some transcription. Something I transcribe every day. I receive lecture or transcription. The only thing I hardly read it. So, but it's there. It's coming every time it comes to my ear. Like that. But we hear sometimes, but may not be able to do that all the time. But that means there's so much is there. Like there's so lectures of our spiritual masters are there. They hear one lecture, and you get such clarity. You become so enthused. How many have experienced? You heard one lecture of your spiritual master. You took time. You heard 1 hour, 2 hours, and you were like, "Oh my God!" You got a unique experience. So I'm so enthused, so clear, so inspired. How many have experienced like that? Just one lecture, like that you can see. But what happens then we don't keep that program of association properly. Same way also when we associate with devotees, like I had association of going coming was so interesting like that. Just a Pyare Mahaprabhu, he's in different world only. He doesn't. He's like he just wants like without trigger also. Sometimes he will tell the pastime, first he'll keep laughing, and me and Uttam was looking at each other's face, thinking what pastime is going to come. And he just laughed. He's a unique way of laughing. Not like he just keep. And then we were waiting when the pastime will come, and then he would tell some pastime. And it was like one after another. There's no end only. So much is there. Then I asked him, Prabhu, you go every day, well, not every day, every week you go. So is it like every time you have this kind of thing? Then he says, yeah, it's almost like that. Sometimes I also ask some questions. He gives me answer. But he is always fresh. He has told so this pastime many times also. Like which one pastime, Cinderella pastime. What is that name of Cinderella? Uh, Cinderella pastime. Yeah, the ship putting on Prabhupada. Yeah, correct. So he told that tell him that pastime. So that pastime already he had told, I think to Uncle Yabu and Mother. So but again, again he was again telling the same pastime and he started laughing and all that. Laughing, not laughing that. I don't know the right word. So static, such deep static heart you are sharing that passing. So this can enthuse us, because that remembrance will be there. You can see how these people are so ecstatic. They are living in a different world. So this can inspire us a lot, and we need that. Actually. We need that. So he was saying, Prabhupada is so amazing. You know what? What to? Once Prabhupada was walking like this, walking. We were looking at Prabhupada. Then what? Then Prabhupada saw a man who was upside down. And all of us are thinking, now Prabhupada, what is going to speak to them? We were all like waiting. It says, with a great suspense. And then Prabhupada goes near to that person. And he does not say anything any further over there. And then he starts laughing. You understand? Basically, everything about Prabhupada is so special. We were all having the suspense. What Prabhupada is going to speak, and he did not speak anything. And he's so happy about it. Like, suspense is revealed. Something like that. And then I think Prabhupada was walking. And then some kind of some wooden structure came, was like blocking the way. And we were thinking, what Prabhupada is going to do now? And Prabhupada turned and went back, started walking back. That is the fasting. They were saying, and they're remembering it. So those know about it. So it's written here, like says that by seeing his body features when he was in perfect ecstasy, persons very poor in spiritual understanding became purified. So this is the point. When a pure soul is absorbed, there is spiritual ecstasy. Even you just witness his activity, which may look very ordinary, very ordinary, like the way he was describing. Who will tell this part? The person went to that person, he's upside down, he's hanging, and then he did not say anything, he went ahead. What is great about it? But why is he remembering so much and he's telling me the past thing? He felt that I should tell him this past thing. That's what we're thinking, what I was going to say. That's what it is. And then he did not say anything, and just went ahead. So the point is that by just having witnessed this wonderful activity of the pure devotee, one can become purified. Because every activity of Lord and his pure devotee is purified. Because it is they are in transcendental platform. So pure devotee is always absorbed in the Lord. So when you see him doing any ordinary activity, know that it is not ordinary. Why? Why? Because they are having an extraordinary consciousness. They say that the great souls, it's not that they have to do something extraordinary. They may do extraordinary things, but for about them, everything is extraordinary. Why? Because they do everything in extraordinary consciousness, that is transcendental consciousness. That's why it is very purified. So having that kind of association is very nice. So that's why whenever some senior Vaishnavas come, of course, all the devotees, but especially I'm saying like those who are very advanced, Srila Prabhupada disciples, some senior Vaishnavas, they have associated with the movement for so long, which they are the great treasure actually for us. So we should be very much willing to go and hear from them. So sometimes we'll be very much, my sadhana is good, my sadhana. But we should also be having, that eagerness to associate, with such life, wonderful personalities, like Srila Prabhupada disciples are there, some senior Vaishnavas are there. We should go and we can inquire from them, ask questions. We get amazing answers, and those one line can actually be, life saving for us. One line can be life saving for us. Like that. So, like I was asking one question to Prabhu. I was saying, Prabhu, you may be having a lot of struggles, no? In your, whatever, before coming to Krishna Ashram. So when you came to Krishna Ashram, would it like the previous part of your life would have it, kind of troublesome, getting trouble to you for your practice in Krishna Ashram? Will it not be? How do you take it there? How do you tackle this? So you were saying, I just think it as my past life. I don't see that, I'm interested in past life. My past life is here. But by mercy of Prabhupada, I am given this life and I gain my devotion. So that Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Purva Itihas Bhulai or something like verse. What is it? That song. He says that I forget all my Purva Itihas and all that. So in line with that, basically he not identifying with all that. I have got a new life. I have got a new birth from my spiritual master. I got initiated and I'm born again. And I'm having my devotional life. So we don't have to worry about it because right now I'm in safe custody, safe situation. I'm completely under the safe shelter of my spiritual master. So I don't have to worry. I have to simply do the right thing of the instructions what he has given, just sincerely struggle to follow them, and keep engaged in devotional service. Then I'm completely fine. Why should I have any worry? Why should I have any fear? Okay, healthy fear is good. I'll ask you another question. How are you? What is the way to become strong in Krishna consciousness? So you are saying the fear of losing association. You should have always that. He said. When you have fear of not having association, then you will be in association, and then you automatically be strong. You are saying that. So it's an amazing point actually. It is coming out. It is not like he might have intellectually thought a lot. It just came out. But it's very powerful, impacting point. Because when you're in association, then only you have strength. That's what we are discussing today. Association is not that then where is strength. We are not like self, generated strength we will get. We are all tatastha. We need strength by being under the shelter of the Lord and His devotees. That's how we have our strength. Otherwise, Maya can just capture us like that. So that's why his association is very vital. We have to take advantage of association of devotees. So coming together and chanting, coming together in one program, coming together and taking prasadam, having some nice Krishna Katha, or engaging in different services in association of devotees. That will give us a lot of strength. And also, as we discussed, hearing from Vaishnava, inquiring from them. And also we discussed about taking association of his spiritual master by hearing his lectures. Or association of Prabhupada by reading his books, hearing his lectures. You get a lot of association like that. So what association is there? So our Mangan shampoo is always in association. Morning doesn't allow. A very single thing here. One thing I see about him, he is very planned. He goes for washing clothes. There is some another device because that is more conducive. When is some other kitchen, then he has there also something going on. He doesn't give gap only. Always trying to be in touch with sound vibration. Very good, very good. And he plans like this. I forget, I go there and then I think, where are speaker coming? Okay. To search where is my right forward type or bring that. So I get a lot of gaps there. Right? Anyway, even if you have gap, proper rights in one place. Right? When you are when you have heard, then he says Shavanam Kirtanam if you do, then the next is Smaranam. Then you get remembrance also. So you don't have to worry. Sometimes we practically it cannot be possible that every time you may keep the speaker, it may not be possible all the time. You may have to sometimes be separated from that. But if you have really sincerely done Shavanam Kirtanam, then Smaranam will be given by the Lord. You will have remembrance of the Lord also like that. So, but yes, we can take the endeavor to always be engaged in Shavanam Kirtanam as much as possible, as far as possible. It's always good to be engaged in the devotions, in hearing and chanting. Because that's our main program, in hearing and chanting. They say by his body features, okay, I told. In other words, Prahlad was bestowed upon them. Says apparently Prahlad Maharaj was placed in circumstances in which he was always tortured by his father. In such mortal conditions, one cannot have an undisturbed mind. But since bhakti is unconditional, I have to care Pratihara. Prahlad Maharaj was never disturbed by the chastisements of Hiranyakashipu. So you can see Prahlad Maharaj was having all the reasons for being disturbed because he was being so much tortured by his father and he had such a bad mental condition. And it's actually not possible to have undisturbed mind, proper saying. It's not possible. Materially speaking, on material platform, it is not possible. But Prahlad Maharaj was completely undisturbed. Prahlad Maharaj was not disturbed by any chastisements of Hiranyakashipu. And that purpose is because bhakti is unconditional. Because he was engaging in devotional service and that is unconditional. Any other material engagements are conditional. You will be disturbed. That engagement, whatever you have, will be disturbed by material conditions. But only devotional service, bhakti, that can remain undisturbed. To degree of speech on the platform of devotional service, then one can remain undisturbed. That is only possible. But when we have any kind of material engagement, then we will be disturbed like that. So our disturbance depends upon how much. I mean, if you are disturbed, you can get disturbed. That means I'm still not properly situated on the platform of the. That's why we experience the disturbance. Of course, we don't have to get discouraged by that. The point is, we have to keep trying, doing this wonderful program of devotional service. And as we become fixed up, gradually we become fixed up, state of Nishtha, when we develop that steadiness in our devotional service, then the disturbance will automatically go less and less like that. So it's a gradually, one will have that stage also. So anyway, so one is encouraged. Okay, even though you may be getting disturbed, you may be getting disturbed. No problem. Keep remaining engaged in devotional program. Get the association of undisturbed sadhus, undisturbed devotees, those who are engaged in devotional service more fixedly. They are more fixed up. So being in their association, gradually by under their guidance, when we also be practicing, we'll also attain eventually undisturbed. Means we'll also be fixed in devotional service like that. So Prabhupada says this. I was recently hearing one lecture. Prabhupada said that how this bhakti is apratihata. He was saying that actually he quoted this that how Narad Muni he gave this knowledge to Prahlad in the womb. And then when devotee asked question, Prabhupada, you told that Narad Muni gave this, Bhagavatam knowledge in the womb of how it is possible? Then Prabhupada said, it is apratihata. It is not obstructed by anything material. Yes, when he was in the womb, still he could hear the transcendental sound vibration. And Prabhupada says, suppose there is a lizard in the room. There is a lizard in the room. So that lizard, what is a lizard or lizard? How do you pronounce it? Lizard, okay. So there is a lizard in the room. So that lizard also hears, no? When Prabhupada says, when I'm speaking, it's also hearing. You see, it responds. Like if any sound comes, no, tongue, something falls, immediately we respond, right? immediately respond. Even though you do not understand what happened, but our attention goes, yes or no? It goes. That means we heard it. Yes? That means we heard it, no? Done something fell. You may not know. So Prabhupada says, even though you may not understand it, since transcendental sound vibration is imitated, you may not understand that sometimes. But you heard it. It has gone like that. And then he says, and that actually affects the soul. That's why we heard here also, when you do Harinam Sankirtan, even trees get benefited, even animals get benefited, insects get benefited, so many divinities get benefited. So how can we understand they're getting benefited? Because they're getting in touch with the transcendental vibration. So that is the principle. So even though they may be in animal body, trees body, but they can, but bhakti is apratihata. But you can give them the benefit of this bhakti by helping them to get in touch with the transcendental organization. So that's why they see the mercy actually that way. So it's a great service done. Simply, when you go and do Harinam Sankirtan or by some means they come in touch with the transcendental sound vibration. So that's how apratihata. Like you may not know the language. You may not know the language, no? Like last class also we are quoting this, that how Prabhupada was saying to his disciples not to get up, even though the class was in Bengali or Hindi, and they were not able to understand English. Prabhupada said, you sit down, because transcendental sound vibration is very pure, and it will purify you, like that. So when one has that right, right understanding and faith in the words of the scriptures and the acharyas, and he sits and associates the transcendental sound vibration, the effect will be that he will become purified that way. So by seeing his body picture, okay, says that in such material condition I cannot have an understanding. Okay, so we are talking about apratihata. So that way, this is apratihata. That means bhakti is unconditional, and it can be performed in any situation. One is rich, poor, healthy, unhealthy. In all situations of life, one can perform devotional service. Recently, one devotee in India, he had an accident. So he was hospitalized and everything. Had got two plates and 8 screws on his their bone, beneath the eye. Very terrible and difficult like that. But I was telling that devotee, I was saying that too. But you have all opportunity to actually be in devotional program also. Just whatever you have read and heard in this title, or just keep some Prabhupada lecture near you. Just keep hearing, keep some kirtan like that. So don't worry. Krishna is, you are under complete protection of Krishna. You don't have to worry about it. Because you are not this body. You are aloof from the body. And devotional service is alparihata. So you just you can still you have complete safe situation. You can just put some kirtan, some lecture, or just you are not able to chant because you have some difficulty, but you can chant in mind, no problem. It's possible. Some devotees have done that. When there's some severe issues, they were not able to even chant. So then their spiritual master, the Shiksha Guru told, you just chant in mind. They did their chanting in mind only, 16 notes, like that. They have done it like that. So it is possible. So one should not think that any situation, any particular situation, one should not be fearful that way. We can be fearful that I should not become bereft of the devotion. I should not become bereft of remembrance of Krishna or engagement in devotional service. That only fear is good, but what I'm saying is when any kind of situation comes, there is always a way by which we can be engaged in devotional service like that. We can seek guidance from the superiors and they will tell us how we can be actually be Krishna conscious in all situations of life. So that is the art which the spiritual master teaches the disciples. So how to remain Krishna conscious in all situations of life. That's how the spiritual master will teach, trains the disciple like that. So in the beginning, that the disciple may I am Krishna conscious now, my Gurudev. But then when this situation comes, I lose my whole devotion program. I will not be Krishna conscious. So this will happen. We get disturbed. Will not be. If you make me in charge my Gurudev, then I will be Krishna conscious. If you give me this service, I won't be Krishna conscious. So there are a lot of conditions like that. So that is because we are not fixed up in the devotional program company. So that's why the training is there. So as the training one undergoes more and more, then he can be Krishna conscious in all situations of life. Whatever situation is there. We have heard Bhakti Maharaj having a severe disease, but he was Krishna conscious, completely Krishna conscious, in ecstasy. So the devotees can be Krishna conscious in all walks of life, all situations of life. So it says Prahlad Maharaj was never disturbed by the chastisements of Hiranyakashipu. So there is a nice, in teachings of Kunti book, these are all based on Prabhupada lectures. So Prabhupada says, if one takes to Krishna consciousness in the beginning, there will be many disturbances caused by Maya, the material energy of illusion. Maya will test us to see how firmly we are fixed in Krishna consciousness. So this test will be there, and we will be disturbed because we are not yet so fixed in Krishna consciousness. So those difficulties will be there. This is in the beginning there will be many disturbances caused by Maya, the material energy of illusion. Maya will test us to see how firmly we are fixed in Krishna consciousness. Because she is also an agent of Krishna. She does not allow anyone the freedom to disturb Krishna. So if you are disturbed by Maya, that means we are likely to disturb Krishna. So anyway, I'll explain that. I'll try to explain that, whatever I understand. So therefore, she tests very rigidly to see whether we have taken to Krishna consciousness to disturb Krishna or are actually serious. That is Maya's business. So in the beginning, there will be tests by Maya, and we shall feel so many disturbances while making progress in Krishna consciousness. There will be disturbances. But if we follow the rules and regulations and chant regularly as prescribed, then we shall remain steady. So this is a solution, you see. So now, do you have control over not getting disturbed? May not be. We are all in fight, still struggling. We may get disturbed. That's because and Maya is going to test us. Maya is going to put a lot of tests that will happen. Different ways. Some of you may be tested by not having jobs. Test is going on, so you'll be disturbed. Bro, I'm very disturbed, right? Job, not getting job only, bro. So many applications. Some people go early morning, they have to apply. Why do they early morning? They say, no, early morning there are more chances, to get application sanction, something like that. Then I understood, okay, fine. Then it's fine. Okay, no problem. You can do that. If it helps you that way, fine. Take some time, no problem. But the point is that mind gets disturbed. Yes. So different devotees. Somebody's health may not be cooperating, may get disturbed. Somebody's, his friends are not cooperating, roommates, the devotees around may not be cooperating, not understanding. So many ways, when we get disturbed. Someone's service is changed, or someone will lose his near and dear one. So many varieties of ways, like that. Tests will be there. And these tests will be there all the time. And in fact, it may increase. The degree of test may increase also, like that. Because Maya is going to test you to see that are you wanting Krishna or something else. So these tests actually are good in that way. Because that way you can be situated in higher and higher levels of Krishna consciousness, like that. So why? So what is this? What does it mean that if you are disturbed, then you will be actually. Maya wants to see that we don't disturb Krishna, because see, the disturbance is there. We get disturbed because we are still holding on to something material. They're still holding on some material attachments. Some kind of ulterior motives are there, right? That's why we get disturbed, like that. But once we have got this unmotivated pure devotional service, uninterrupted, unmotivated platform of pure devotional service, when you've got that, then the devotee will not have disturbance, because uh, he is not holding on to anything material. He's not holding on to any material attachments. So that's why he will not be disturbed. So when you're only looking for Krishna's pleasure, Krishna's satisfaction, Guru's satisfaction, so then no material condition can obstruct it. Because you can always try to please Guru and Krishna in any situation of life. If that is your motive, then you'll not be disturbed. Like that. So let's say change in service. Okay, that service, I will try to satisfy Krishna. I'm happy. Okay, bad health is there. No problem. In that bad health, I cannot move. I'll sit and I'll try to satisfy my Guru by hearing his nice lecture. Maybe. The one devotee got fractured, So, and another devotee went to him with great empathy. Probably got fractured so bad and all that. He said, no, Prabhu, I'm so ecstatic. What happened? Prabhu, I was always wanting to read, and hear nice, all the proper lectures and my spiritual master's lectures and all. I was not getting time. I was just simply running around doing this service, that service, this management, that management. Now I cannot do anything. I cannot run around. I can just sit and just hear. So just blessing in disguise like that. So only thing we should be just wanting to know, how can I please Guru and Krishna in this situation. So then, if you're on that platform, I'm saying, then will not be disturbing. You getting that? So then, otherwise, so many complaints will be there. Why this? Why that? He's right. I'm wrong. Oh, sorry, I'm right. He's wrong. So many varieties of disturbance will be there. When this platform is not there. So that's why Maya Devi wants to, test us, show us, expose us. You see, you're getting disturbed by this. And then if you're sincere, if you're in right association, then we will get the right message. Oh, so you should not be, that way self-centered. You should not be having this kind of attachment. Whatever will be exposed, and then you are promoted to the next level. Then next level test is ready. Then Maya will test us at another level like that. But we have to be ready with it because this is a whole program of going back to God. So you should be ready. So only thing is that you should be sincere. You should be sincerely, approaching this test of mine by being in good association, by taking shelter of Vaishnavas, by taking shelter of Prabhupada books, by taking shelter of Prabhupada lectures, our spiritual master lectures. So much of help is there. So we have to simply approach, all this wonderful help which is there already. Then we can go on like that. So if you are sincere, they will not have excuse to, okay, give up. Now I give up. So giving up means giving excuse. That means you are insincere. Very clear. So sincere devotee will not give up because he knows it's all it's my own shortcomings, it's my own attachments, and then that devotee is eager to be promoted to the next level of Krishna consciousness like that, and he'll be given not help also, and he'll be promoted so like that. Like you see Arjuna, he was having that crisis. He took shelter of Krishna, passed the test. He went progress that way. So this test will be there. That is, so Arjuna was disturbed or not? He was disturbed, greatly disturbed, right? And then he took shelter of Krishna. So he did not say, I give up Krishna, you be here, you do what you want, I'm going. He did not say that, correct? Rather, he took shelter of Krishna and said, now you tell me what should I do. And Krishna gave the knowledge of Gita, and then the disturbance was over. He was completely clear what he's supposed to do, ecstatic, and he fought the war like that. Same way, when we also take shelter, and here Prabhupada says very clearly what he says, but if we follow, so he says, see, so in the beginning there will be tests by Maya, and we shall see so many disturbances while making progress in Krishna consciousness. But if we follow the rules and regulations and chant regularly as prescribed, that means when the situation of disturbance is there, one should be more taking shelter of chanting one's rounds and following the rules and regulations. Yes, one should take it more seriously. That is a sincere devotee. So at the time of test, one takes more shelter. One becomes more alert to my shelter. What is my shelter? In fact, those tests are actually reminding us that you are not properly taking shelter. I will take shelter. So like that. One should have that approach. Rather than compromising with our chanting, or not chanting, or just casually chanting, postponing, all that will come. Let's not read now, not hear now, not like that. We may have to give some more time for whatever some difficulties have come sometimes. You have to go to the doctor and do a checkup and all that. But one should know that I cannot, I cannot settle. I cannot just have those excuses not to take shelter. Rather, I need more shelter now. I need more shelter. So when the disturbances are there, take more shelter. That is the point. So he says, if you neglect this principle, see, now what is saying? If you neglect this principle, then you will fail. Fail. So if you neglect this principle, Maya will capture us immediately. So now it will be decided. The test comes, it will decide. Are you going to be promoted in Krishna consciousness, or are you going to fall down, fall from this position? This is the test. The test will decide. So if you are sincere, if you take shelter, promote it. Next level of Krishna consciousness. But if you don't take shelter of Krishna, you become slack, you don't take you're not and you get into excuses and complaints and all that, then demoted. Then you won't progress. Rather you will go down only. The test comes, which that situation happened, that's how I lost my Krishna consciousness. I went away from the devotees. This is all because of the sincerity was lacking. He did not take shelter. No? So test comes, so for a sincere soul it is good. Yeah, because the test will give you next level of Krishna consciousness. You become more fixed up. No? So we should see our test like an opportunity. Now I have opportunity to upgrade myself. Correct? So when did you get upgraded? Like you went from your school to college, having some tests, right? And you have got some tests, IIT test, AIEEE test, or you cracked some exam, right? Then what happened? Suppose no, I won't write only the exam. I take them, I won't. It's very difficult. I won't write. Then what? Will you ever get into IIT further? That life you'll get as an engineer and all, will you? And then yes or no? No, you never get, right? So you have to face that test. And you should be ready. You should be sincere. Appear in that test enthusiastically. Correct? Go ahead with that test. And then what happens? You will do it. Correct? And if you don't write that test, you give excuses, this problem, that problem, then what happens? You'll remain some mediocre fellow. Maybe you have to work as a coolie or something. Something. Materially speaking. So by you understand this point. So that's why tests are good. For us, tests are good. So Sadhika should welcome the tests. Oh yes, tests are there. And I have a shelter, I have a solution. To stick to the shelter. To what Prabhupada is saying, that if we follow the rules and regulations and chant rebellious this time, then we shall remain still. So then all those difficult situations, the difficult phases of life, you will not simply go through with them, you will actually grow. You grow through with them. You have much growth in Krishna consciousness. You can ask devotees, many devotees, if you ask them, they will tell you, they got deepest realizations when they were in difficult times, when they were tough times. And they took shelter. They took shelter of the Lord, took shelter of Vaishnavas, took shelter of the teachings of Srila Prabhupada, took shelter of teachings of their spiritual master. And they got much deeper realization, which they could have never got ordinarily. But Krishna arranged some situations. It was very difficult, but they took shelter and they became more advanced. We get much deeper realizations like that. So we should know that when you think that the situations are difficult, it's troublesome, whatever, then that time you have more opportunity to make advancement like that. Deeper realization you will get. It's painful. It's painful. The exam is painful. No? It's not ordinary. When exam is there, it's so painful. No, you can't sleep properly, can't eat properly, cannot go to anyone's birthday, this and that. So many restrictions and focus is required. So many troubles. But you're ready to take on it because I need to sincerely appear for this like that. So he said, if you neglect these principles, Maya will capture us immediately. Maya is always ready. They're in the ocean, and at any moment you may be disturbed. Therefore, one who is not disturbed at all is called Paramahamsa. So that is the definition of Dhira. Dhira means what? One who is not disturbed when there is all reasons for getting disturbed. When there is a provoking situation, disturbing situation, still one is not disturbed. And that is possible only by Krishna consciousness. So when you are Krishna conscious, when you are advanced in Krishna consciousness, when you are taking shelter of the Lord, when you are engaged in devotional program, you are fixed in devotional program, then only you will not be disturbed. Otherwise, we will get disturbed that way. So that's what he is saying here that says the body symptoms of the static life also got it. Okay. Yeah, Prahlad was never disturbed by chastisements of Hiranyakashipu. Yeah. He was able to perform devotions in all situations of life. His chastisement is there, his torture is there, but he was engaged. He was able to engage. And he was getting that help from the Lord also. He was able to get engaged in devotion service. Right? And then says, on the contrary, the body symptoms of the ecstatic love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead turned the minds of his friends who had also been born in atheistic families. So not only he was not affected, but even he turned the mind of those atheistic, the sons of those asuras also. So instead of being disturbed by the torments of his father, Prahlad influenced these friends and cleansed their minds. So this is a wonderful thing. See, if you are sincere in your Krishna consciousness, not only you are benefited, so many other people will be benefited. So sometimes I think some different situations come. That's it. And if you sincerely take shelter of the Lord and devotees, and you pass that test, you get the realization how much you can benefit the world actually. Not in the mood of that I am going to benefit the world, not that way, but in a humble mood of okay, Krishna bless me with this. That was my saying. I think I have come to understand. I have struggled with this. I know. So how something was I forget something was saying. So sometimes when you have undergone some difficult phase and you pass this test, you feel so confident. This works. It is wonderful. You just take shelter, you will pass through. Don't worry. It's just minor details. It's only some test of Maya, and you become strong. And you have such wealth of real practical realizations that you can share, and so many people will be actually they can actually be benefited by that also. So we can take an opportunity to serve so many devotees by being sincere in devotion service. Correct? Because that way you will develop more deeper understanding of Krishna consciousness, more proper understanding and realizations, and then you can also help many other devotees also. That's way it is. Correct? In the mode of service, not in arrogant that I am going to help you, because those realizations are not our realizations. I mean, they are not like I have from by my strength I got it. Krishna has blessed us because we try to be sincere. Krishna gives some kind of understanding. Guru blesses on there, and then you can share that. So you can take it as kind of opportunity to do more service also, because that way Krishna is working on me, he's helping me to grow. So let me grow, and that way I can serve more like that. Because when you are a grown up devotee can serve more also. Yes or no? The one who is grown up can serve more also. So we have to become grown up. So that's why we will grow with all these disturbing situations. If we are sticking to taking shelter, by essentially taking shelter of the holy name, chanting Krishna mantras, and following the rules and regulations like that. So he says that, so they also got turned. So instead of being disturbed by the government of his father, Prahlad influenced his friends and cleansed their mind. The devotees never contaminated with material conditions. But persons subjected to material conditions can become spiritually advanced and blissful upon seeing the behavior of pure devotee. You can see, they can see some examples like our Narada Muni himself. When he was passing by the Nal Kuvera Mani Griva, they were in the river Mandakini, Ganga. And there they were actually having some playful things with some other women. And they were not dressed properly also. So, and they were intoxicated. So Narad Muni, happened to be there. He came across them. So Narad Muni was not affected. He was completely unaffected. And in fact, out of mercy, he cursed them so that they can get their lessons and get the darshan of the Lord also. So it was not out of anger, the way somebody will become angry. No, why this rascals, something, and they're disturbing me or something. Not out of that. It's like our, with all respect to Vishwamitra, but Vishwamitra, when he went the second time, when King Indra sent Apsara, then he became angry, correct? Because the first time he saw that America came and he got deviated from his yoga, and he then Shakuntala was born then eventually. But this time he understood. This is again that what is it, threat to my tapasya again. So he became very angry, correct? But Narad Muni's anger was not like that. Narad Muni was not angry. That anger did not come out because of something his getting disturbed. He was not disturbed. He was undisturbed. That was a transcendental anger, just to purify them, just to benefit them. Eventually, they get the darshan of the Lord also, like that. So they can see that how Narad Muni was not affected. But if you in contrast, Ajamila was affected, correct? So it is said that because Ajamila was not that fixed in devotional service. He was doing it ritualistically, something, because eventually he became a great Vaishnava. But he was bringing flowers for the worship and all. But he was not engaged in devotion. I mean, he was not fixed up that way, in devotional program that way. So, so that's why you can see that if somebody is fixed up in devotional program, then one can actually remain undisturbed. You can remain undisturbed like that. Or there may be disturbance, but you take shelter and then you grow. You grow. You may not remain in that, you will grow like that. So you have to be either fixed of devotional service, you know, study, or be sincere. If you're sincere also, so then also you can be, engaged nicely. Then you can be grown up. That way. Some disturbance will be there, but you can grow. You can grow in that situation. So like Papa said there. No? So when Adamila section, he said that if somebody is not taking the 16 rounds, good rounds in the morning, sincerely, not doing that, not taking that seriously program and our rules and regulations, then any movement one can follow. That is it. Any time one can follow because the situation is so bad. Like that. So one should be very seriously taking shelter, and not like you have to wait for the disturbance. You don't have to wait for the disturbance. We have the program which is every day we have a take shelter. So why we need to Like I remember when we were in the voice, so we do every day, morning program and everything. But sometimes we have gone home. And after from home we are coming back to voice. That time you think, oh, I love Mangalarti, we want to meditate on every line, Narasimha actually praying. Because you have, we have been away from devotees. And at home there was not much association, not much proper, devotional program going on. So then feel that, I'm kind of tight. So then you want to take shelter, correct? No? So we should not take it for granted. When we are in devotee association, we should know that the Maya is always there to capture us. So I need to remain in this healthy, association, that shower of mercy, and not take it for granted, even though it is there every day. But you should not take it for granted. This is a saving place for us. We don't realize it. We don't realize it. So sometimes, then when some disturbance comes, then we will think, oh, no, I have to take shelter. So no, we have to do every day. Every day we can try, to be in that mood of taking shelter. That's why Prabhupada said, that if you are not, we have to. If you don't do like that, then any moment one will fall down actually. So that's why one has to sticking to this principle of chanting 16 rounds every day in the morning. This is Prabhupada has emphasized. So if we neglect, then Maya can capture us immediately. And Maya will not say, oh, because he had no job, no. That's why he was not chanting, so I'll leave him. Will Maya do like that? I will not say, she will not have this kind of skill. Oh, he was getting some problem in family. That's why he was not able to chant his round. So he was not able to read. So fine, leave him. Maya not going to be like that. Maya is anyway going to catch it. So that's why one has to be clear that I cannot compromise. I need to take shelter. So I need to have my educational program strict. Then when we are not neglectful like this, then we will be protected. So he says that we are in the ocean at any moment we will be disturbed. Right? So let's say you are in ocean, you are in the ship. So now from last 5 hours you are going good. So can you be casual in that ship? In 5 hours nothing. So I can be casual. Now you can just roam and don't see where the boundary and you fall. Will not be right. Be very careful all through. Like in the flight when you are there. So all the time they are very careful. You can see they're always alert. Anything happens. So they have a seatbelt, keep the seatbelt, and whatever it is, all the sections have to follow. Why? Because any moment anything danger can happen. So I was asking, the air hostess that can I just go and take rest there because some seats are empty. She said, no, you cannot. It's not the policy. It's dangerous. Because what is the danger? It's going on the flight. I need some rest. Can I go and take rest until we will see? No, you cannot try now. So, because they say that is not as per our policy, something like that. Okay. Because they are alert, because it's dangerous. So they don't want to neglect that rule, whatever that is. So the point is that we have to know that this world is like ocean. I mean, we are in the ocean, and at any moment we will be disturbed. So why not? So better to always take shelter. Take the shelter of our regular devotional program very nicely. So that even our Hridas Thakur also was undisturbed, correct? Hridas Thakur, the prostitute came, Maya herself came. But because he was so fixed up, so much engaged, in chanting Hari Mudra, he was not disturbed like that. So Rajesh Thakur gives this analogy. He says that when this milk is there, so milk, when the water is comes in touch with water, then the milk gets diluted. But if same milk is made curd and then churnate and butter is there, then butter cannot get mixed with water. Even the water is thrown on water, it's still it will not get diluted. Very easy. The same way says when we also become more and more effective in our devotional program, and sincerely engage in devotional program, then our consciousness also become like butter eventually. You see. Eventually it will become like a butter. Then will not remain, when will not get contaminated. Even though sometimes one is thrown in some kind of situation like that. Like Prahlad Maharaj is in situations of, in the situation which was especially not conducive. So he was, but he said, so the devotee is never contaminated by material conditions. But persons subjected to material conditions can become spiritually advanced and blissful upon seeing the behavior of a pure devotee. Like in Haridas Thakur's case, that prostitute became a devotee, pure devotee. The materially contaminated people, those were creating material contaminations, they were through material contaminations, they only got purified. Like our, when the prostitute only got purified. That way. Same in Pura military also got purified eventually. They also became pure devotee. So this is the party of a devotee. So if we can be sincere and if we can be fixed in devotion service, then so many people will get benefited, you see. Like the Prabhupada said, my devotees should be so engaged in devotion service, devotion program, that just by looking at the devotees, people should get purified. They should become pure Christians. Just by looking at them. In case of Prabhupada, it was true, and Prabhupada expected that from his followers also. Looking at them, they should, because they are engaged in devotion service very nicely. So by looking at them also, people can get benefited. They can get rid of their contamination. And you can see in the case of Prabhupada, so many hippies, I mean, so many, not just hippies, all the kinds of devotees, all the kinds of candidates for different backgrounds. You can see that because they got the association of Prabhupada, and Prabhupada was engaged, Prabhupada was so absorbed. So forget about Prabhupada coming in the United States and living amidst all that contamination. Forget about Prabhupada getting any kind of effect. He never got affected. But so many hippies or many other people coming from different backgrounds, they got purified. Because Prabhupada even fixed in his devotional program like that, no matter what. So that kind of fixity was there. Because that's why, and you can see how so many people got purified just by associating with Prabhupada. So this is a devotee is never contaminated by material conditions, but persons subjected to material conditions can become spiritually advanced and blissful upon seeing the behavior of a pure devotee. So many people got purified just by being with Prabhupada, by hearing from Prabhupada, by witnessing wonderful devotional ecstasies of Srila Prabhupada, or by hearing him, by serving him, so many ways they all got purified. And Prabhupada in contrast was never got contaminated. He was completely absorbed. Okay, so we will pause here. If there are any reflections or questions. Nothing? No. You're not disturbed by the class, no? Or you are disturbed? Yes.
Firstly, very nice question. You shared many wonderful things. Especially like when you said that we get promoted only when we give a test. So we should not fear tests and we should actually welcome them because that's how we upgrade our consciousness. But really my question is that many times we realize that it was a test only after we've been captured in our mind. So how do we actively understand that this is a test by mind?
Yeah, so that's what we were discussing, that how when we have a good devotional program outlined under the guidance of Pure. That's why you see what Guru does. Guru is aware, what a disciple may face different things. The Guru is very intelligent, you see. So he knows, he can see things, he can foresee things, how a disciple may face different things. The Prabhupada has written all this purpose for us, knowing our situation in Kali Yuga, what difficulties we'll face, what may happen to us, so many things, right? So Prabhupada has outlined the whole program for us, what we should be doing, what we should not be doing, everything. So when they say that when there is a time of calm, when there is not, like we don't see, okay, the tests and all are there. So that time also we are sincerely engaged in our devotional program and expect storm, anytime storm can come. Then, and also then we will have that remembrance, okay, at the time of storm also have to take shelter, like that. So yes, so that way we'll be reminded also about shelter more like that. So that's why so Guru knows what all things he can foresee. That's why when we are very eagerly associating, that's what we're discussing that when our association is good, when we're eagerly associating, when there is nothing happening, job is intact, no family problems are going on, no recession issues, no health crisis, things are going very good. So better utilize that good situation to get more engaged in reading hearing program nicely. Associate with spiritual master more nicely. And that's what Guru Shikara says, no? Also that now my body is very healthy, but I'm able to fix my mind. So, so what it says, I'm completely healthy, I'm able to fix my mind, and what it says. Now I'm completely healthy, so let my I can die now. Yeah, because in the time of old age and ailments, Gurgu's sound will come and all, what the smaran will be there. So let me now only absorb myself full in the luminance of the Lord like that. So we can take that position as Krishna's grace so that I can perform my devotion service nicely, like that. Well, when you're not healthy, then it will be difficult. When I was sick, I came back from India, so I couldn't read and all that. Only thing I could hear, but at least I could hear. So that time you think, if I had been healthy, that time also, how was I read? Now you will be feeling separation from reading. But when we are healthy, then how much we read? So we did not take, we were casual, we did not read that much. So that's why, and when we see also in our life, we should reflect back. Right? See, some disturbing situation came and I did not take proper shelter, so we can learn from that also. At least now one should be alert like that and not do the same mistake. So that's why, so that's it, that's how it is. So best is to when things are going good, that time also we have a proper devotional program. There's so much on Sadhana card, read this much and all. It's good only actually. Brahmachari class and this class and this class. One more thing I take so much. I'm very Krishna mindful. Why I need so much? I'm going to chant also. Every day क्यों सुनना है? आज नहीं सुनते ना. So no, we have to do that. We should do that because it's ocean. Any tempest will come like that. So if we understand our awkward position, then we will be very brisk in taking shelter. We will not neglect. So the neglectful attitude comes because we don't become aware of our precarious situation. Like that. So better take all shelter. Like when you go for when you flight, when you take off, you see how they are meticulously they take all the things. Okay, mask. Every time they tell this, no, it's a very ritual. I don't hear them. फर्स्ट टाइम मैं उन्होंने शो थ्री मेरी गलती क्या हो रही है उसको समझाया कर क्या करना है कहाँ से मार्क्स दिखाना पड़ेगा we both are like discussing and later we don't even know also how the marks are we don't even I don't know whether we know or not actually I don't know what to be done so we go casual but first time we were like because we know that we are trying we were fall but two things like happen nothing happens so now it's okay we think okay it's fine no it's not fine there are still people in trouble and these people know because they keep getting the information. They're trained that way. So the air hostesses and pilots, they know that. So they don't take any. They are not neglectful. They do all their things very systematic, dutifully, everything they will do. They follow all the procedures, everything. So because they know that it's awkward situation, so we have to keep our devotional program intact, take shelter, and then in that crisis time, difficulty times also, at least we'll be reminded. Even if you have done our homework not done, at least you should remember that there is my shelter. And go and take that shelter, and then we'll go. So, any other reflection? Yes, please. Okay, so Chetan.
It's very nice class, many points you shared. And I remember one of the points that whatever pure devotees do, that is extraordinary. You are giving example of when Pyariman was explaining all the customs of Prabhupada. So although materially speaking, he didn't speak anything or something, but still, because Prabhupada is pure devotee, that meditation always helps. That's what he said. And you give example of butter. Milk is there when we add more and more water, it gets diluted. But when this same milk gets transformed into butter, it cannot be diluted. So similarly, if we keep our devotional program going on, one day our consciousness will become like a butter, so that any contamination comes, we will not be affected.
And with contamination, you see something coming up, then become alert, take shelter more. Could know that some contamination is coming up, so let us take more shelter. So no need to get discouraged. Even you cannot so fix them. But we have to take shelter more. That is more important. Always look for the shelter. The right thing we have to see, what thing to be done. One can choose a country, but one should take shelter. That is more important. If only there is mourning and all that, discourage, then we have gone in ignorance. No, that is not the thing to be done. Rather, one should take up devotional program more sincerely, like that. And when you become mature, grown up devotee, then we will not be neglectful, and then this stage will come eventually. That like Prabhupada. When the metal contaminations are there, they completely unaffected, untouched. That stage will come gradually. So at least you should try to be sincere, as we do. And we discuss about what the meaning of being sincere. That was taking shelter. Yeah. That is endeavoring that. Yes, Suresh.
This line Bhattacharya was there that devotion service is unconditional. Prahlad Maharaj, I mean, seemingly anyone can get disturbed in this kind of situation. Prahlad Maharaj said. But yeah, so you explained that we need to take shelter in this disturbing situation. So in devotional service, in devotees. But how to get that understanding? Because sometimes the disturbing situations are so overwhelming that it is very difficult in those situations to actually understand that devotional service is the shelter, or devotees are the shelter. So how to get that understanding? Because yeah, at our stage, at least I can speak for myself. It becomes sometimes very overwhelming. So how to know in that situation with proper understanding that this process is my shelter of devotion service or getting
By knowing that. How to know? By knowing that. Devotional service is only a special. That is answer.
Can I add to that? Like as Prabhu said, like during that time, sometimes the intelligence get clouded. Like so one minds get vivid, intelligence get clouded. So like during that time, a devotee might not feel that much motivated to be like in any association. Right? Although he knows, although he has knowledge, like association is actually very important and very healthy for spiritual life. But during that time, intelligence also might get clouded, as one's mind get bewildered. So like how like
That's why, as quickly as possible, one should get it. That's what I'm saying. As we become more fixed up, as we become more mature, grown up, to that degree, quickly will take shelter. See, a pure devotee, he is always in shelter. That way, he remains uncontaminated, completely undisturbed. Okay, and then we may be like somewhere in between, whatever, in between, can be any range. I mean, any state. So at least we should see that as quickly as possible we should come back. As quickly as possible we should do that. And one can see also why another thing which I discussed, something we should always keep a protocol, like always remain associated with devotees. So no matter what, whether you are up or down, whatever it is, are you an associate of devotees or not? Are you situating yourself in, like devotee association devotees called as fencing. So do you have a fence of devotee association or not? So keep your shelters around you. The devotee shelters, devotee association is my shelter. So if I give up the shelter only, like suppose you give up your bullet, the gun, and no proper shelter for you, then anything anytime. So then we will finish. So by knowing that I'm actually, we are all in a very difficult situation. It's war going on. Nuclear energy is very powerful. So these are some protocols which is being told, everyone that always keep yourself in association with devotees. There is one protocol you always have, and that also there says somebody a builder, intelligence covered, and all that thing. So one can see that as quickly as possible we should come back. And that's why these Bhagavatam classes and reading Prabhupada books are there. That helps us to understand that when there are difficult situations, when we get together, then we have to come and take shelter of our devotees. That's why these things are emphasized a lot. So that some remembrance will be there. When we are out of that, when we are having some facing a difficulty, at least there's some remembrance is there. And then whatever you could remember, not remember, whatever you could come out, you will come out if you are sincere, for sure. If you are sincere, then you will come out. And then you can see why did I not take so seriously shelter? What was the defect? Maybe I did not take my devotion program nicely. Maybe I was absent in many classes. Raj will say sometimes like, you are given a say dietary programs by some dietitian. And you take like, one day you take, second day you don't take, third day you take, fourth, fifth day you don't take. And so many gaps are there. So because of those gaps, you remain weak. Certain nutrition will not come to you. And when you get disease, you may get recovered by taking shelter of the doctor and all that thing. But at least you should learn a lesson. Where I did gaps. Let me not do the gaps now. So that's how you become more effective. But this is not so good way of learning. Because we got some kind of troubles and all, then we are learning it. So okay, at least you learn it. At least you learn it. So that's why it's important. You want answer? What answer?
And like whenever these kind of situations come, we should try to be in association. Like we should try to come back as soon as possible whenever we can, and whenever our mind gets reverted. That's more like a practical solution. So like for trying to come back, we should like be in association. We could take shelter of lecture or any.
Some protocols are set, like association devotees is there. You should put also in association devotees always. And I said that when there is some gaps in our nutrition, and give the example of the person who is a dietitian. So he's telling about you take the gaps are there. And then you got some sort of problem. And then you take shelter of doctor, you may get recovered. So that way we can reflect back. What I was doing, I was not doing. I was not reading every day. I was not hearing the classes. I was missing out on classes. I was casually chanting. One can take a reflect back and see, this is what I got trouble. And then I was not remembering also. I wasted my time. So let me now not do the mistake again. Like that. At least that way. That kind of thing. So actually, growing devotee should also see what is his fallacies. You should know. You should be very happy to know his fallacies. If you can get to know your defects, it is very good. If I get to know my reading quality was poor, I was not chanting properly. It is very good. That you get to know. So that way one can then improve those things. So this question was asked to Radhanath Maharaj. That difficult situation comes and all that. Maharaj, then he was asking, no, Maharaj, but that time I don't remember, and that thing comes up, I just forget, I don't remember. And Maharaj then finally said, just chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. At least that remember that, no, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna devotees. At least chant Hare Krishna. We don't understand anything, just take a video and keep chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Still the we will keep chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Still we will still keep chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So we said, oh, I am forgot to chant only. So we did. So there's an end to it. There's an end to it. But that's why being in devotee association, that is the best thing. Best policy is always be with devotees. Always be with. Recently we asked this question about Raj about sometimes we have to go like MIT program, I go sometimes alone. Would not even to come. and then good distribution also. No? Once in a while I got sometimes, no, but majority was there, but I have to go. One more shop will be sometimes. So I asked the question, so what to do in this situation? Should I go or what should I do? And Prabhu American told me that it's very dangerous to go out in America because not only because of I mean problem of like how the culture and all is so bad. That is one thing that I think, okay. Sometimes when we are attacked by this kind of you understand bad elements. And in the sense of uncultured people sometimes, not so cultured. But also the problem of many people may attack this anti-religious elements and all. And he told that many sadhus are killed in past by so many. So it's very dangerous. America is not a safe place. It's always good to be, And he said, maybe you can cancel, no, not cancel. You can put all your program online, that if you don't get anything. So I was thinking, oh, really? So that means he is so protective. I was feeling so happy. I was so relieved. I was thinking, oh, that means he wants us to distribute books and he wants to, but he doesn't want us to put our guard. So he's giving some, actually, this is very protection, you see. See, a superior can always tell, don't worry, Krishna is with you, you're grown up, something like that. But he's not saying like that. He's saying, no, I don't want you to do so much of, you have to go alone or something. I don't have to do so much. It's fine. You can not go that day for participation. Or for the on program, you can do it online, no problem. Right? So he's giving that concession. I was feeling so relieved. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. And then he told not only for me, he said, please convey this to all Grihastha, Prabhuji, Mataji, everyone, should not go alone in America. Because ये मैं कैसे बोलूँगा bro, उनको कॉलेज आना पड़ता है अकेले. I did not clarify with him. Maybe I asked him, bro, how you want me to convey this to everyone? No Prabhuji, no Mataji, nobody should go alone in America. Anyway, ये कैसे होगा सबका? प्रभु को जॉब पे जाना पड़ता है. खरीदने के जाना पड़ता है. How they will follow it? So yes. So anyway, so what is the point I was saying? Yeah, so that means there's some protocols, no? There's some good protocols in our Krishna consciousness. So we can have that, to put yourself in association of devotees. Why we proactively, tell boys to shift near temple? So that they are in association. So if there's difficulty, they can easily access, the mentors and all, take guidance. Correct, no? So these are protocols. There were protocols of, attending classes because we are going to face out disturbances, problems. In classes, this thing gets addressed. Bhagavatam class addresses us so many issues are addressed in Bhagavatam class. And otherwise, if you don't come for this, then you have to struggle. So much you have to struggle. You come and attend, you hear, saves time. Because that much of illusion, you are saved from that. So much of struggle saved from that. The sense protocols are very good. What are your protocols in devotional life? Think about it. List down. What are things I prioritize in my life as protocols? I always keep an association with you. Like devotees in Pune and all, they have trained that way. Anywhere they have to get job, association should be there. Then only I go for them. Otherwise, no. Sorry. No matter how much money is. Yeah, they're devotees like that. They will put this condition very clear. So we have to have some protocols in our life. No protocols means we can be carried away. So at least some protocols is there. Like we are going out, let's say, we can expect people not being, sometimes proper, whatever it is. Then we can be, protocols, okay, that not unnecessarily looking here and read. I'll memorize some verses, I see Sudarshan Gopal, then we go to cars, switch the mobile on, immediately start getting into his, some reading. So that's all. Very good. Why to be, spaced out here and there? Not required. So we have some protocols in our life. So protocols can save us also. And yes, when we are in that moment, that time, just try, remember that there is a shelter. That's what I can say. We have to do that. We all are struggle. None of us are perfect. At least I am not perfect. But we can become perfect eventually if we remain sincere and if we, at least remember our shelter. No matter how much you are damaged, how much you got contaminated. Whenever, as soon as you realize, as soon as you understand, come back. Come back to the association. Come back to, don't be discouraged at least. Don't get butchered by wine and made completely butchered and powdered and so on. That should not happen. Come back, no matter what. No matter how, a child is walking, he gets injured, he will fall. But again, he should get up. Again, he should walk. Again, he should walk. Like that. So no matter how much you get little scratches, you get injured, you got fractured, you got fainted, remember to come back to the hospital and under the guidance of doctor and things will be taken care. Different degrees you may be affected, but come back. That is more important. And then next time, make good protocols. Are helmet nahi pehana. I have to get helmet. Okay, fine. I should not drive so fast. Okay, drive properly. I have not taken rest. I got some sleep. Okay, never drive when you are not rested properly. These instructions were available before also. You did not pay attention. Now you got problem. So now you again at least you learned it. No, you got the problem. At least now you should take it. You getting that? This way at least you can. Anything else? Yes, Gopal, what final thing? You were asking something, no? I think Well, you want to say something? Sorry? Okay, so he is giving a shelter of the Ganga. Yamuna or Saraswati also. From Prayagraj. Yeah. Prayagraj Dham ki. Very good. Ganga Maiya ki. Yamuna Maiya ki. Saraswati Maiya ki. Yeah. So, yes, nobody water has come, so we will just pray and purify them.
It's not a straight one.
Other you can drink. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So please pray for me that I remember to take shelter. I take shelter of the wonderful association what we have got here. No, I'm speaking, but I am speaking for myself that I remember this and upgrade myself, not follow. Take the test seriously and get promoted. So please pray for me that I pass on my exam. We all have to pass on our exam. So we all need the blessings of devotees. So test is going to come, and test will be more higher. It will become higher and higher and higher and higher. So whatever we are getting test now, it will be much higher. As we become more grown up, it will be better. Like second standard, you get some kind of test. Third standard, sixth standard, you get some sixth standard test. But then you'll get test like he has to write MIT exam and Harvard exam, all the eventually to write. So if he is passing all these tests, gradually his test, the level of test will increase also. There's no need to be fearful because we have the solution for all the tests. And Krishna is merciful. He gives us tests like that only. He's very expert. He wants us to pass. It's not that he wants us to fail. No. So he will give us accordingly only. Only one thing we have to make sure is we are sincere. If you are sincere, we will pass all those tests. And we discuss about the meaning of sincerity. Okay, Hare Krishna. Kantha Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Krishna Prabhupada ki jai. God one.
Jai Prabhupada ki jai.